Okay, happy Friday, happy March 6th. Small video. Let's try to shoot for like the quickest video. As you can see, this is my screenshot. Says it over here. Says it over here. We were almost 9 minutes pre-market. I actually entered this position off of 6:15 a.m. PST time zone. I mean, you can see the setup. Let's hop onto the bigger chart. Actually, that's yesterday. What is I looking at? Okay, let's look at it. It's pretty simple, right? Let's just rewind it. Actually, really, really simple. Basically, came up, came down, or I should say, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, and then eventually, want to see it come back down, right? So, I'm just exhausted from trading reversals. This whole week, I've been getting burnt trading reversals almost back to back to back. So, monkey see, monkey do. Today, just wanted to just trade the New York opening candle, that move, and I just wanted to just be done. Trading $2 per point. Today was a golden setup. Ideally, you could tell that we came down. We went to hold it over here because you have basically all these red candles, and then finally this red candle is short, right, in length, from wick to wick, from top to bottom, and we're not really dropping. We're actually holding basically like right here. So looking to the left, because left shows us everything on the chart. Ideally, I could see that we're holding. Well, it was more so like photograph or rectangles. These type of cases are the best to talk about zones like this. I could tell that we were holding basically support resistance every time it came up, down, came up, down, came up, down as a retest, and then it came back up. A lot of chop and consolidation in the zone. So ideally, I just wanted to basically see come up, and I literally put my buy right there. Actually, it was a little bit lower. Yeah. So, nonetheless, I ideally wanted to basically see as a TP. I really, really, really wanted to see this actually. Next thing you know, 6:15, she actually came down. Sure, my entry compared to here, it was supposed to be at 6:05. I can't really get on point. I was on a bit of drawdown. I mean, it was nothing more than, say, I mean, over here it says 22 points. On my end, it was nothing more than 12 points because I was at $25 in the right at one point, but then immediately it was weird because every time she came up, came down. So it was going like this, right? So I knew that we're basically curling its way back up like a parabola, a U-turn. In other words, it's forming a U shape. But here's the thing: as it was doing this, it was kind of doing this, right? Every time we formed a new high, formed a low as well, and then finally, all of a sudden, in market opening, she actually did come a little bit low, and then she had that massive push up. So, of course, then instead to market opening, 6:15 to literally from market opening and afterwards, I'm just slowly just moving my stop loss. It just, um, eventually, and I'll just show it on a 1 minute time frame just so it's clear. It went from basically being, I entered on that green candle, 6:16. So this was the little drawdown I got, but as soon as it came up here, again, I banked off of 22 points. So technically a negative RR, but at the same time, when I'm up in profit, as you can see, she did come down to retest my entry. I'm not going to go from basically 40. Actually, I was $50 in profit one time. I was not going to go basically from $50. I already sticked it down to $39. I was still being patient, and the next thing you know, she gave a little push up, and then I just saw that she was easily coming down. So then I just let my stop loss just do its thing. Here's the thing: once I move my stop loss and profit, I'm not moving it down. In this case, since we're going for a buy, I was not going to move it down. It can only move upwards, right, to secure profit. So that's what had happened. Sure enough, she took a lot of time, and all of a sudden, she she basically made that beautiful move up. Sure enough, she. If I feel like if I was being patient, then yeah, it would have been a great killer, probably 100 or 90 point trade, right on par. So I definitely lost a lot of profit over there. I mean, not lost, but I could have made a lot more profit. But it is what it is. Green is green. I mean, yesterday was a pretty brutal day. It was a. I mean, it still was a green day. One trade yesterday, and I just when I wanted to basically take a second trade, hoping for a retracement, it wasn't a retracement. That thing fucking shot up by 70 points. I was like, okay, I'm far off. So that just completely just stunned me. Not gonna lie, today was a simple day. It just of course had to be the one day where I was like, I'm just gonna take one trade and I'm done and out, right? So she she came up, retested, and then she finally pushed up. I think she did come back again and then finally pushed up. If I just delete that just to show you, you could see it. So honestly, in terms of setup, I will talk about this in the mentorship, but in terms for the setup, today was a great day. In terms of price action, it was nonetheless a fucking shitty day. So that's something we're gonna talk about in the mentorship too, because it today was a a clear lesson of understanding that, and not to mention that some of the people who actually need help don't really understand the difference between the two. Price action's not always going to be push up, drop down. It's always going to be lingering up and down, higher high, higher lows, lower lows, higher highs. You know, the list goes on. So a lot of things to take into consideration. Funny enough, how she actually basically wicked this, and now she's pushing back up. So I really want to see it basically hold in this zone right here. Wicks up, wicks down. It makes perfect sense why this is once a support, once a resistance. So, anyways, that's just a little sneak peek of the second episode of the mentorship. As always, since it's Friday, be safe, peace, love, and cheers. Thank you guys.